we all know Jaylen Brown just signed a historic, biggest contract in the history of the NBA. Um, he's been all over the tabloids. Everybody's talking about him. Some people say he deserved it. Some people say he didn't. But that's neither here nor there. The contract is signed, and he's playing for the Boston Celtics. But Jaylen Brown just shocked the NBA and Adam Silver when he decided to go down to the Big Three and support Ice Cube. We all know that Ice Cube has been coming out against this, what he would call the gatekeepers. He's been calling out NBA executives, saying that they're trying to undermine him. They're trying to undermine his efforts and his attempts to get the Big Three to grow. They're putting him in a position of competition to the NBA. Even though these are retired players, older players, where it's just the Big Three, where a lot of these older players can come out and still play basketball. They may not be able to play in the NBA in the manner in which they used to, but they still want to play basketball. So they formed the Big Three for these guys to play. And Ice Cube feel as though the NBA has been undermining them. They have been going out of their way to keep sponsors away from them. And so Jaylen Brown, he decided to go down and actually support Ice Cube in his endeavors. He's heard the call out. He's heard what Ice Cube said. And now he went down there and he suited up for the game. Let's check out what Jaylen Brown had to say when he actually went out there. Let's see what Jaylen Brown said. We'll come right back.
Playing today,
having some fun with charity, giving back to the community, and supporting. That's it.
when you found out Jaylen Brown was playing, what were you thinking?
I was blown away. I was saying, I asked him, was he sure he wanted to make this move? He was like, yo, I want to do this for the game, for the players, and it's a big move for the league. So, I'm excited. This guy's my hero right now.
Definitely you guys do things on the court, but also the mutual respect off the court. But what keeps you guys continuing to do those type of things?
Yes, sir. This is amazing being in this environment. Shout out to London, shout out to the O2. Excited to get back to charity, excited to be a part of this, and I appreciate you, Ice Cube.
Hey, man, we're blessed to be in a position where we can get back. Me being able to set the stage for the greatest athletes in the world, hey, man, just call me the chef.
So we'll see you in a Celtic jersey this year?
Wait a minute now.
All right, guys, I'll send it back.
And Ice Cube, he's been calling out a lot of these people, a lot of these executives. And he's been saying that, like I said, they've been going out of their way to undermine him. So let's check out some of the things that Ice Cube had to say, in some of the podcasts and shows that he's been going on. Ice Cube said the lack of media coverage and sponsorship is our biggest obstacle. This is the biggest thing that is holding the league from reaching higher success. They can't stop us, but they can hinder us, slow our growth down. This could poison our sponsors and scare sponsors, he said. Tell other media outlets not to cover if they want to cover the NBA. Wow. Advertising networks not to play with us if they're NBA networks. These kind of things hinder the growth of the league, but it hasn't stopped the growth of the league because people want it. And at the end of the day, when people want something, there's nothing the mainstream media can do to stop it. It's going to happen. He also went on to say, I just know when things don't make sense, there's a reason why it's not making sense, he said. And it's usually something, a person behind the scenario that's making it not make sense. I don't know what goes on at ESPN, why they will not acknowledge the league in any way, shape, or form, but it's happening. Our ratings are better than MLS and some Major League Baseball games. People want the league, but people are interested in the league. Our ratings are better than the NHL, and those leagues are covered. The WNBA is covered, but not the big three. We have star power that can really, I would say, match most of the leagues out there. It's not like we've got chopped liver over here. ESPN got drone races. They got everything but the big three. I just know it's not happening. It's not a coincidence. So as you can see, Ice Cube has been calling these people out for some time now. But he's also went out of his way to go onto Joe Rogan and express his feelings. Let's check out what he said when he went on to Joe Rogan.
We're not trying to compete in any way, shape, or form with the NBA. we're very complementary. So I don't understand why they would, do some of the things that's being done behind the scenes. That
Oh, they're like encouraging people to not do it?
encouraging people to not sponsor us. I mean, like,
Really?
yeah, I mean, encouraging networks not to play us.
Really?
Yeah. Those things, we've been able to survive, but, at a certain point, it's just redundant and ridiculous, and we got to fight back some way, shape, or form.
Well, when I say the NBA, it's really the corporate suits. I mean, owners love us. Owners want to invest in the big three, but they're not allowed because of the bylaws that's in the NBA contract. Players love us, GMs, scouts, they all come, hang out, enjoy the game. I just think it comes up to the top brass, Adam Silver, Mark Tatum. I just don't think they like what we did with this league. And they don't understand how much it benefits guys who still trying to feed their families, still trying to extend their basketball careers, and guys who are new and fresh and want to get a look on the professional level from everybody that's watching the big three. So, I think they need to look past their feelings and look at, how many people that this league is really benefiting.
Now, I love the fact that Jaylen Brown came down to support Ice Cube, to support a black endeavor. Jaylen Brown has been talking a lot of black stuff and things that he can do for himself and his community. He's been putting his stuff out there. A lot of these NBA players, black NBA players, can go play in the Drew League. They can play in the J. Crawl League. They can do all these things. Then for me, there's no reason why you can't come down and support the big three when you hear the call out that Ice Cube is saying. A lot of things that we talk about in the barbershop about systematic and institutional, Jaylen Brown decided to come down and support. And so by me seeing him support it, it must not be something in his contract where he can't, where they may be looking at the NBA as, the big three as a competing league that would prohibit him from going down there to support Ice Cube. But I'm seeing that he's there, so maybe they might have the NBA may have heard Ice Cube and may have pulled the reins back some, but it still doesn't negate the fact that the things that Ice Cube is talking about exist. It doesn't exist because it does. We know it exists, and he's talking about the sponsorships. He's talking about the coverage that they should be getting from mainstream media. That the WNBA and the NHL and some of these baseball games during the summertime that really nobody watches. He's saying that they're beating them, but they're not getting coverage from the mainstream media, and that's not a coincidence. Ice Cube has been in the system for years, so he's been working within that system, so he understands how it operates. He's been working with Lionsgate to make movies and working with these people, these gatekeepers, so he understands it firsthand. So it's a lot of these a lot of black people talk a lot of this black stuff and this black empowerment stuff, but when it's time to really step up and do something, get your boots dirty a little bit, a lot of our people are lukewarm, or they tiptoe and do the tulips because they are afraid to upset the machine. But in order to get black empowerment and for us to get respected, we're gonna have to be willing to get our boots dirty, be willing to step out and do some and actually execute the things that we actually talk about. So shout out to Ice Cube, shout out to Jaylen Brown, shout out to the big three. I hope nothing but success and growth. And maybe we can go somewhere from this, because remember, you guys, we are the league. The league is nothing without us. We bring the $1 trillion the $1 trillion empire that they have. They're nothing without our players. Our players. We are the cash cows. Once we fully understand that, we basically can bend the thing to our will and say, listen, we ain't doing that. unless you're doing this. You ain't supporting the big three, you ain't supporting black endeavors, then we ain't doing this. So you can't let them keep dangling carrots and money in front of your face and taking away your integrity and your ability to empower yourself. We got to stop doing that. So leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.